Hi, dear students, how are you? I hope you're fine. Today we're going to have culture and diversity in business, so let's start. We're going to describe the effect of culture on doing business globally, and we're going to describe how corporate culture differ among businesses. So let's start. Culture in global economy. What does it mean, culture? We all know that culture here contains the beliefs, the customs, the attitudes of a distinct group of people. So we are having a group of people, they have their own beliefs, they have their own customs, they have their own attitudes. So this also here refers to the dress, the food, the language, the art they used to have. They also here referred to the history, the geography, and the religion. Culture may refer to an entire country, ethnic group, or social group, or institution organization. So, in culture and business, here in business, culture has two important meanings. What are the two meanings for culture in business? First of all, in the broad sense, it refers to the customs of other countries with which companies do businesses. A custom is a practice followed by people of a particular group or region. So here we are talking about what we are talking about here, the culture of a business. So I'm talking, I have to, as a businessman, I'm here dealing internationally. I have to study well the culture of the country I'm dealing with, because different here countries have different cultures. Business culture refers to what the standards of a particular company here inside a particular country. As companies trade worldwide, they must be aware of different culture and business practices, of course, about the etiquette, about the business customs, rules for personal interactions. Culture in a global economy. Companies that trade with other countries must be aware of differences in what? In language, in currencies, in laws, in eating habits, even systems of measurements. Why? Because if you, as a company, you deal in a bad way or in a strange way with the other country or the other company in the other country, so you are ruining your business. Yes, of course. So I have to be aware of the language, currencies, the differences in the currencies, the laws, the eating habits, the laws, of course. If you are not going to deal or to be aware of the laws, you're gonna be maybe you are gonna be guilty for doing something very wrong in their law. Even in the etiquette, the eating habits, even in the systems of measurements. Failure to understand the culture of a country in which you do business can ruin the deal or lead to a marketing disaster. Consider this. Why is it important to understand other cultures when doing business in a global marketplace? This is very important. What are some things that you would do when planning to conduct business in another country? These are two important questions. Marketing abroad. To market products successfully in another country, companies must research the country's languages, customs, and tastes. If you're gonna make marketing, you're gonna promote for your product abroad, so or in another country, you have to be aware of what? Be aware of the country's language, what language they use, the customs and the habits and the tastes of people there. And here you are a link you can refer to for more information about what we are talking about here. We are having an example like Coca-Cola changed the amount of carbonation and sugar in it. Do you know that? In its products, in its ingredient, to suit the tastes of different countries. You mean that in different here countries, the flavor of the Coca-Cola changes? Yes, it changes, and they adapt the ingredients to the tastes of the people in the country. We have here doing business abroad. Companies doing business in other countries must be aware of cultural differences, of course, that affect the workplace. Why? Problems for Euro Disney, fear of cultural imperialism, resistance to strict dress codes, mandatory here use of English in meetings. 3,000 French workers here they did what? They quit. So, about what we said, please be aware of what or take into consideration. Think about marketing goods in other countries. What are some obstacles you might face? Business etiquette. Business etiquette, when we talk about the business etiquette here, strategies to avoid cultural problems. This is very important. To do any business globally or in another country, we have to consider or know what to do or the plans to do or the plans to perform to avoid the cultural problems. First of all, I can hire local managers. Local, yes, in the country, from the country itself. Think global, act local. Can you see this one? For example, hire a Swedish person to manage office in Sweden, and this is very clever idea. Train American employees to live and work in other countries. I can get some American employees, and I'm going to do what? Train them, not to give to take them and transfer them into another country without training. No, I have to train them well. As more countries here trade globally, there is an increased demand for people who have studied other languages and cultures. So I'm going to take here some employees that they studied what other languages and cultures also, to be aware of other country or the targeted country that I'm going to do business in. Study high demand language culture, Spanish, for example, Chinese, Arabic, forever, whatever. Spend a semester or two of college studying abroad, and I can send my students to study abroad also in a foreign country. Teach English in a foreign country, and this is very important. What about the corporate culture? The corporate culture, it's a company's shared values. I'm talking here about company. This is a corporate culture. I'm talking about company. Company shared values together, beliefs together, and goals also. Culture may be defined here as formally through a company code of ethics. So I'm here talking about something general. No, I'm talking here about the culture of a company. And here I'm having the same shared values, beliefs, and goals between my employees. I'm having here the definition is formally through a company's code of ethics. Of course, we are following company's code of ethics. Corporate culture again. We said that culture can be defined, as we said, through the company's code of ethics, because here all the company employees refer to the code of ethics, a written manual and orientation process. Here, this is as formally as a informally way through the dress codes, through the work habits between employees or all the workers in the corporate, and the social activities. What about here the factors influencing cultures that include what? Companies founder. I'm having the industry. We are talking about banking or technology or what? Geographic location. I'm here in Cairo. I'm talking about in Alexandria. I'm talking about we are working in which location. Why it's important to know something about a firm's corporate culture before accepting a job there. This is a very important question. And examples of corporate cultures, we are having McDonald's and Disney. Stress customer service and family values. So employees here are expected to be clean cut and greet each customer with a smile, of course. What about here FedEx? Here I'm talking about here stress worker satisfaction and concerns for environment. I'm having company founder can influence here its culture. William Howlett here stressed a people first culture. regional differences. Wall Street firm in New York may expect to wear a suit and a tie. So high tech company in California might wear t-shirts, it's okay for them, and shorts to work. So I'm having here, remember, formal culture and informal culture. When we talk about the formal culture, may have a strict hierarchy or chain of command, may have one top decision makers with several layers of management. As we know, this is called bureaucracy. Making changes or passing down decisions may be complicated, of course. Job titles indicate power status, of course. Dress codes and work hours strictly enforced. No one can dress as he desires. Informal culture. Here we have employees encouraged to make decisions on their own. Here the employees can make their own decision. May have decentralized organization. I'm having here work hours are more flexible, may also work from home, may value innovation over tradition. Job titles are not as important as the formal culture. Here, dress code is more casual. There may be different cultures within one company. Okay, guys, I hope you understood this, and I put for you here some videos you can refer to. These videos will help you, I'm sure. Thank you for listening. Bye bye, my dear students.